Okay, welcome to VR ESL, or English Learning in a VR environment. And today we're going to take a look at some useful vocabulary when we're dealing with directions and finding places on streets. So this is the eastern suburbs of Sydney. Over here you can see is Bondi Junction, which is a eastern suburbs business hub. And to my right you can see Bondi Beach, a very popular tourist destination. So I'm going to start by showing you where I teach English in Bondi Junction. So I'm going to go, first of all, I'm going to get it nice and sunny. We'll put it at midday. I'm going to go all the way down to my English college. So this is, this building here is SELC, which is where I teach English in Sydney. And as you can see, this is a big building which is on the corner of these two streets. Let's get a closer look. I'm going to crouch down and I'm going to just get a bit closer, and inside this area here is the entrance to SELC. There's a little cafe here, and this road going along is called Hollywood Avenue, and this road going along here is called Ebley Street. And if we want to have a look at the road from a real perspective, we can bring this up to our face and we can see here the corner that we were sitting at before. And if we go up the road a little bit, here we can see the SELC logo, the front of the building, and it looks like a few students are having their break. And maybe I even know that guy there, I'm not too sure. Okay, so let's look at the first piece of useful vocabulary, and we'll get out of this view now. So, SELC in this building is on the corner of Hollywood Avenue and Ebley Street. So our first piece of vocabulary is on the corner of. We use the be verb, as SELC Bondi is an it, a thing, singular. And as we can see here on the map, right? It's on the corner of Ebley Street and Hollywood Avenue. Ebley Street, Hollywood Avenue, SELC, SELC is on the corner of Ebley Street and Hollywood Avenue. The second piece of useful vocabulary, we're going to travel down Ebley Street here. And we're going to stop here. Here is an intersection. This hotel here is not there anymore. It's been torn down. But when these pictures were taken, it was still there. So, the second piece of vocabulary I'd like to show you. Now this isn't rendered quite as well as this area, but it's okay. We have two buildings here. One here and one here. And if we look on the map, So if we align ourselves correctly, that's about what we're seeing there. So we have this road, which is this road here. And we have here Super Cheap Auto, which is a car accessories store. And then this building is a pet barn where you can buy supplies for your cat, dog, hamster, chicken, fish, dolphin, whatever you have. These two buildings are next to each other. So we can use the be verb plus next to describe where these buildings are. Super Cheap Auto is next to Pet Barn. Pet Barn is next to Super Cheap Auto. Notice we always use next and then the word to. They go together. Next to. So these buildings are next to each other. I'm going to show you another piece of very useful vocabulary. So we're in Bondi Junction right now. SELC is this building here. And you can see a very large building underneath me with many cars on it. And another large building as well. This is Westfield Bondi Junction. And Westfield Bondi Junction is very close to the bus terminal and the train station, which is here. And it looks like we can have a look inside Westfield Bondi Junction just for a minute with the guy holding his device, whatever it is. But there is a road here, and then there is a train station here. Now we can use this phrase, across the road from. So we can say Westfield is across the road from Bondi Junction Station. Similarly, Bondi Junction Station is across the road from Westfield. And we use the be verb, just like in our other two bits of vocabulary. And then preposition across, the road, and then another preposition from. So we can also use this phrase, on the other side of the road from, which means very much the same thing. Westfield is across the road from Bondi Junction Station. Westfield is on the other side of the road from Bondi Junction Station. Both are saying the same thing. As you can see, these buildings are very tall. And here's our street view. And as you can see here, is our station with all the tourists with their luggages. And on the other side of the road from the station is Westfields. Okay, so far we've looked at on the corner of, we've looked at next to, and we've looked at across the road from. Let's look at two more pieces of useful vocabulary. Let's go back to SELC for a moment. We'll go over this building. We'll come across here. And we'll go back to SELC, which is right here. Okay. Now, we have Ebley Street, which is a road. And this road goes down like this. We can use some phrases to talk about traveling on this road. So if we have a look, if we come this way, you will see another shopping centre. We call this shopping centre Eastgate. And Eastgate has inside it a Kmart. So let's imagine you were back at Bondi Selk and you wanted to know how to get to Kmart. In English, we can use this expression. Go down or go up the road. So let's imagine I'm standing here and someone tells me to get to Kmart from Selk Bondi, go down the road about 300 meters. And I did a measurement here with Google Maps. That's about 350 meters, but let's call it 300. So we can go down the road to arrive at Eastgate, where Kmart is. So we can use the verb go, but we can also use any other verb, travel verb, right? So we can use walk down. We can use drive down. Now we can also use up instead of down. So we can also say, go up the road until you get to Kmart. Now, in English, go down or go up mean the same thing in most situations. However, if the road descends like this, it goes down, you use the preposition down, right? Go down the road. If the road goes up, ascends, like this, right? Use the preposition up. Now these streets are fairly straight, so either down or up is okay. But a steeper street, you would need to use the proper preposition, either up or down. So as I said, you can use go, you could use walk, or you could use drive. Drive up Ebley Street until you get to Kmart. The last piece of grammar I'm going to show you today. Let's get out of Bondi Junction and we'll go zoom all the way back. And let's go over to here to Bondi Beach. The world famous Bondi Beach, which you can get to from Bondi Junction by bus, on foot, or by car or taxi. This is a beautiful beach, and I like to do something every Sunday. I like to walk along Bondi Beach every Sunday. So the last piece of vocabulary we're going to look at today is using a travel verb, walk, run, drive, and then this word along. And here's a good example. I like to walk along Bondi Beach on Sunday. So every Sunday I come to the beach and I walk. Here's me. Walk down the beach, and I enjoy looking at the ocean, and I enjoy looking at the people, and I walk along the beach like this. Now, when we use this preposition along, the walk or when traveling is the most important or the most interesting thing. If we use down, so for example, back in Bondi Junction, I could say walk down the road. But if I use walk down the road, walk up the road, there's nothing interesting on the road that I should enjoy or look at. I just want to travel. But if I use the preposition along, I want to use the travel time to enjoy what I see. So when using along, the walk or the drive is the most interesting or important thing. When using down, the destination is the most important thing. When I say go down the road until you get to Kmart, Kmart is the most important thing, our destination. But if I say I like to walk along Bondi Beach, the walking and the beach is the most important thing. Getting to the end of the beach is not the most important thing. The destination, the end, is not very important. The walk is the most important thing. So let's summarize and recap what we learned today. You can be on the corner of something, or something can be on the corner of two roads. This building here is on the corner. So is this building. This is on the corner of these two streets. Something can be next to something else. These bins are next to this car. This building is next to this building. This tree is next to this tree. Something can also be across the road from. Here is Bondi Pavilion, and we can say that Bondi Pavilion is across the road from this building, or across the road from that building. There needs to be a road in the middle, and we can use across the road. We can go down a road. We can go up a road. Here's a good example. The road ascends. So we would say, go up this road. If we were going the other way, and I was here, and someone says to me, go down the road. And finally, along. If our route is more important than our destination, we can drive along the road and look at the beautiful beach. Getting to the end is not important. It's what's in the middle that's important. And that's the end of this lesson. I hope you learned something from this. And I hope now you can feel more comfortable and more confident in using some of our useful prepositions and useful vocabulary to talk about street directions and places on streets. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.